Hi guys, good evening from beautiful sunny Mazatlan. It is Saturday night at just after 5. It's still 32 degrees out. Hot. Humidex up near 40. Hot. I'm here in front of the headquarters. Hector's coming tomorrow to finish the trim work. If you look at it close, you can see it needs a little paint. I'll show you here. You can see there. Time for paint. So he's going to do all that tomorrow. And he's going to do my driveway so I can reclaim that from the neighbors that run over my garbage at will. Anyway, when I get my bike, I'll park it in the driveway and I can stay away from it. And speaking of bikes, I was looking yesterday, and Italica has a new little bike out. I forget what they call it, the XT5 or something like that. But it's 125cc, pretty near damn exact copy of the Honda 125 trail bike. Semi-automatic. It's just, except for the color. This one's kind of a dark green. The Hondas are red, I think. Maybe you can get them in green. I don't know. But, and the price. The Hondas are $4,000 US. So that's 8,000. What is that? No, it's 80,000 Mexicano pesos. And the Italica, same basic motorcycle, is 27,000. So there's a massive difference in price. So I looked at it. It's very appealing, except hola, my neighbor's just coming home from work. The original Honda 90 Trail was designed for guys going out hunting in the woods and stuff. They were made long before there was ever quads or ATVs or trikes or any of that stuff. They've been making them for years, since I was a kid. I think one of the first rides I ever had in a motorcycle was on something like that. Anyway, so I'll bet you they'll sell like hotcakes. Such a good idea, because Honda's not selling their 125 down here. There's no way that price will float down here. People look at that and laugh. And so I think Italica's found a niche. Cool, good for them. And then this morning, I'm going to give you an example of what I call Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. This house, I can sit here for days on end. Phone won't ring, no one will come to the door, nobody bothers me. I get the occasional text. And then I get up this morning and I had some bacon, and I said, oh, I'd like some bacon and eggs. And I get up and I start cooking them, which is kind of hard to do because sitting in my chair here, I could just see sort of the top of the pan like this, and I can't see what's going on in the pan unless I stand up. Then if I stand up and I need a piece of paper towel, I got to sit back down again, move down to that end of the counter, get the paper towel. If I need salt and pepper, well, I got to sit down again, move over there, get my salt and pepper. It's frustrating as hell. Anyway, thank God I'm able to stand up. And so, anyway, I start cooking the bacon and eggs. Good Lord. Cynthia, who can text with two thumbs like a 90 word per minute typist can type on a computer or electric typewriter, man, she can blast the tweets and texts out there. Text mostly. I don't use tweets. And she starts texting me. She had a hidden camera. You could tell I was busy in the kitchen. I said, I'm sorry, Cynthia, I'm busy cooking breakfast. And, oh, what are you cooking? Eggs. I'm having bacon and eggs. Oh, rico. Sounds lovely. Wonderful. Rich, I guess, is the best translation of Rico. Anyway, so she's texting me, and coincidentally, my buddy Tom, I've been talking to him earlier in the morning about the little Italica, and he's texting me back about that. And I said, how did everybody know I was busy and cooking breakfast? So anyway, I'm there trying not to burn the bacon, which is made by a company down here, a Mexican company, Food, F-U-D. And Cynthia picked me up a couple packs of it. It's good tasting bacon. It's nice quality bacon. But they slice it so thin you can see through it. It's like paper. And if you try and pull the pieces apart, the pieces come apart. Like, you can't even pull a slice of bacon off the pack. Anyway, what I did was decided best thing I can do is cook the whole friggin' pack, and I did. And then Cynthia, so text message, and then next thing, my front door opens up. It's Cynthia. What? And it's 9:30 in the morning. Normally she's just getting into work. And turns out whoever was supposed to fill in today, I guess that new guy behind the bar, he was late. He said not coming till 10. So she had a half an hour, and she came up here to check on me. I'm glad she did. God love her. And somebody needs to check on me. And anyway, she's, I don't know what the right word is, keen to help. She's kind of like, get out of the way, let me cook it. And she had no idea what I have in mind, what I want to do with the bacon. And I just wanted to sort of 3/4 cook it so I could put it in a sandwich. And so I said, no muy duro, no, really hard, Cynthia, just bacon for a sandwich. And she, God love her. You know something I've discovered with women? They all have this in common. If you put something on a table, on a desk, anywhere, like I had a business card from a guy that I was talking to the other day. I had some nail cutters and I had a pen on my kitchen table. And I pulled them out because I wanted to know where they were. And I might want to look at them. And last time she was in here and she cleaned up, well, she filed all that away. And then today I caught her going, I had a stick of butter out on my kitchen counter, and I saw her going with that. I said, where are you going with that? I'm putting it in the fridge. Why would you do that? I pulled it out to make sandwiches. Oh. But women have that in common. If you put something out, they have to put it away, or put it somewhere you can't find it because you never think to put it there. So, see, Peter was the same, Cynthia's the same. I'll bet you all the women watching this channel, if they're honest, they're the same. And you just can't, I don't go in somebody's room or on somebody's dresser and move all their stuff. Why are they moving mine? It's like, it's a source of frustration. But anyway, aside from that, so she's doing the eggs. I said I want them over easy, estrellada. And she's trying to tell me it's estrellada. And I said, yeah, I know it's estrellada. And I said, here, turn these over. And she goes and puts one, starts to put it on my plate, sunny side up. And I said, no. What? And in her hurry to put it back in the pan to figure out what I want, she drops it down the front of the corner, a nice sunny side egg, front of the counter, cupboards, the kitchen cupboards, onto the floor. So there's egg all down the counter. It's on the floor. And I said, like you would, gracias por su ayuda. Thank you for your help. And she looked at me and she got to. So anyway, so it was an interesting morning. I said, anytime you want to come over and help with breakfast, you can. Anyway, she stayed a half an hour and then had to take off. So, and I went down to the Olympia today, 11 o'clock, and I got a Uber, and the guy's on GPS, and the GPS is telling him all kinds of crazy stuff. I said, where are you going? Well, it's telling me to go down here. I said, no, don't go down there. And I told him where to go, how to get there. And we got where we were going. But that same thing happened the other day. The day that Cynthia and I were in the Edgar's bar, we get in the car. I said 107 Morelos. And most drivers know right where Morelos is, because there's that statue over here to the Virgin Mary, and it's a fairly well-known street, even though it's a quiet street. Anyway, he takes off from Edgar's with us in the car and heads like down towards the cruise ship somewhere. Where are you going? And he said, well, GPS is telling me to go down. Anyway, I saw parts of Mazatlan I hadn't seen before. Actually quite interesting. You come up some of those side streets like Carvajal, not Carnival, Carvajal, up to Zaragoza. I kind of like that neighborhood. In that neighborhood, there's lots of corner stores and fruit vendors and Oxos and bars. And up here, you're just kind of by yourself, isolated, prompting me to want to buy a scooter, who some people don't think is a good idea. When I ask them why they don't think it's a good idea, of course they never answered me. I really don't give up what they think, but and so that typical day at the headquarters. Oh yeah, did I tell you? Jesus, I'm getting so stupid I can't remember what I just said. Yeah, so I go to the Olympia. I only stay for 3 beer, which is pretty typical for me since I don't get around so well. I have 3 and then come home because I can still get out of the car and over the curb and up to the front door. Anyway, Hector came and got me, which was great. And for some reason, in the Olympia today, I know it was hot outside, but it's been hot here for 100 days. The Olympia is famous for having lovely cold air conditioning and ice cold beer. I don't know how they get their beer so cold. And good service and cheap prices. What's not to like? But today, and what I'm going to say, that bar is maximum 60 feet by 30 feet. It's not a very big room. I think it's probably more like 50 by 25. And it's got 3 2-ton air conditioners. Big, badass air conditioners. But all 3 of them were only sort of half playing the game there today. Normally they set them at 19 Celsius, so roughly 68, 70 Fahrenheit. But today they weren't doing it. I'm going to say it was damn near 30 in that room. And then I come outside with Cynthia to go meet Hector to drive home. Holy jeez, you step outside, it's like opening an oven door. It's so hot. And the full-on sun's on the Olympia in the early afternoon. And I don't have the best language in the world. It's a function of air traffic control. Holy fuck, it's hot. And she doesn't, poor Cynthia, she doesn't know any English, and she's like, mucho sol, she's trying to figure out what I'm saying. Lots of sun? I said, lots of sun, Cynthia. Oh my God. Anyway, got in Hector's car, he came up, and he came around actually helped me out of the car, helped me over to the door. He's just such a nice guy. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. And getting the paint finished, the driveway finished. It'll be fun. So, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye for now.